Hi, if you want to learn how to teach your kids to read, then you're in the right place. I'm going to teach you a really simple and effective way to do it with just these four letters: A, T, B, and G. Let's get started. This process is really just two simple steps. First, we want to make sure that your kids are familiar with the letters that we're using, and second, we build and sound out words. On to our first step, making sure we're familiar with the letters that we're using. Let's start with the letter A. This is our vowel. You'll see this letter in all the words that we make today. Now, the letter A can make different sounds. The ones you're most likely familiar with are the long A sound and the short A sound. For this lesson, we're going to focus on the short A sound, ah, because this is the sound that your child will need to know in order to make short 2- and 3-letter words like at or that. Up next is the letter T, which makes one basic sound, which is t. Now on to the letter B. Now the letter B sound is pretty consistent, but I would give you one tip, which is to try not to make the sound when you're pronouncing the B. So here's an example. A lot of people say buh. Now it can be tricky, but we want to leave that sound off as much as we can. So instead of saying buh, we're saying buh. So hopefully you can hear the difference. All right, last we'll go over the letter G. Now the letter G can make a hard sound and a soft sound. The hard sound is g, as in the word game. Now this is the most common sound and the one that we'll be using today. But just so that you know, the letter G also makes a soft sound, j, like the letter J sound, as in gym. Okay, now on to the best part, building and sounding out words. Now for this reading lesson, I'm using a dry erase board that's magnetized. And then I have these foam letters that are also magnetized, which is how they're sticking. I'm using round magnets, a dry erase marker, and I also have a dry erase eraser. Now you can also do this lesson with just a piece of paper and pencil, but if you wanted to use this setup, that's what I'm using. All right, so let's start out with a 2-letter word. We'll use the letters A and T, and I'm going to put my magnets underneath, which we'll use to sound out the individual letters. And then I'm going to use the dry erase marker to draw a line underneath with a little arrow, and we'll use this to guide our finger whenever we blend the sounds together. All right, so let's give it a try. At. Okay, now we'll add on the letter B at the beginning. We'll add our magnet, and then I'm going to extend the line so that it fits underneath the whole word. All right, now let's sound this word out. B-at, bat. Great. Now we'll change out the letter T for the letter G. And we'll sound out this word. B-ag, bag. Great. Now we'll trade out the letter B for the letter T and sound out this new word. T-ag, tag. All right, we're going to do one more word, and we're going to switch out 2 letters this time. We'll start with the letter G and end with the letter B. G-ab, gab. Now, if your child has a problem sounding out any of these words, you can have them sounded out multiple times until they're comfortable. Now, with just 4 letters, we've built and read 5 different words. Now, if you'd like to see more reading lessons like this, be sure to check out the playlist that this video is in. And also, if you want more reading resources to help teach your child to read, I'd recommend checking out my Simple Words reading kit in the description down below. It's what I use to help teach my daughter to read. Happy reading!